Good evening and welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. I am Marc, your keeper of Arcane lore for this evening. We are starting up. If by the way someone can't hear me, please tell me in the chat because I'll be really embarrassed if I keep going. We are starting up our actual play of Masks of Nyarlathotep. He's saying there's no sound. If there's no sound, I'm going to cry.
It isn't a DMAM without a sound issue. That is our trademark. That is the way we do things.
Sound should be there though.
Yeah, because we just did it. You just did a test.
We did a test?
Yeah, it was just fine.
Oh no, it's just a lag. Oh, thank fuck. Right, excellent. I'm not cutting this out of the video. I'm blaming Jeff for making me shit myself. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, so we're starting playing Massive Nyarlathotep, Call of Cthulhu, 7th edition. I have run this game in person, but not online yet. So I have some lovely people joining me. That's alright, Jeff. I have some other people joining me who will introduce themselves and maybe the names of their characters, but will introduce characters properly when we start. I have no idea what I'm talking about. So, Michelle, who are you playing?
Hi, my name's Michelle, and I'm playing Kathy Bacon. That's not how she sounds. I'll remember it when the game. British actor, world-renowned, worked with the greats, but then she turned 30, and that is a crime in Hollywood. So the phone's not calling as much as she would like. She's got a shitty husband. She's desperately trying to set up in a cheating scenario so she can get divorced via 1920s divorce law. And yeah, she doesn't turn down a drink and sort of fell into investigating paranormal stuff now, which is exciting. But yeah.
Lanhee, who are you playing? You're muted, my dear.
I just hit the thing. Anyways, hello. Hello, I am Lanhee. I will be playing Katie Fields. She is an up-and-coming actress in New Orleans.
Tim. You're also muted, mate. Fucking hell. I'm going to go home. Well, I'm home. I'm just going to go in my room, mate.
Hi, I'm Tim. I will be playing Bob the Explorer. Bob is a small town rich kid.
Yeah.
Who's somewhat out of college and graduated from, MU, so Mesopotamic University, and is now involved with the Arkham Explorer and Historical Society, and he is now traveling to various locations, exploring the world, seeing the sights, and, well, that's Bob.
And last but not least, Chris.
Good evening. I am Chris, and I will be playing Lyra de Noctue, who has had many a profession over the years, from being a young, competitive,
young as a profession,
trick sharpshooter, to being the trophy wife of a whiskey magnate, to now being a private investigator, investigating old occult things. Let's put it that way. I was thinking of the right word, but
So I'll get you a thesaurus, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway. Let's start in 1925. You're in a kind of dimly lit hallway in a hotel. It's not shabby, but it's not too upmarket either. In front of you is room 410. There's a kind of feeling of, you would say the atmosphere is pregnant. I've heard it described. You knock on the door. You're there to meet someone. and you hear a thud, a cry of pain. For a split second, you're shocked, and you know that something behind the door, something terrible is behind the door. Something you're not sure you want to face. Then you rush the door, and we fade to black. 4 years earlier, 1921. Tim, if you'd like to read the... well, first of all, there is a man called Augustus Larkin who has been on the lookout for some people to join him in an expedition in Peru, looking for some lost pyramid. He hasn't been going to the most knowledgeable people, most the professionals. He's sought out some amateurs, and these 4 people decided to heed his call, and all received the following telegram.
Trans-Pacific Telegraphy. Thank you for joining. You're joining the expedition. Stop. Please join me in Lima. Stop. Have booked you room at Hotel Murray. Stop. Meet 18 March at 7 p.m. at Bar Coronado Pyron Ashkash 202
Distrito de Lima.
Lima. Stop. Yeesh, some big Spanish words here. And that's what Bob's trying to is saying too.
He's reading it aloud as he gets it in his hand.
Yeah. Augustus Larkin.
You all make your way to Peru in whatever fashion. You make your way to the Hotel Mari. You find that it's a very upmarket hotel. Seems to be one of the best Lima has to offer, actually. Everyone there speaks English as well as Spanish. The rooms are large. They're spacious. They've got lovely upholstery, lovely beds. You each have your own room. You'll arrive, let's say, in the morning of the 18th. Get ready and head to Bar Cardano for 7. Do any of you know each other? Do you speak to each other before going to the bar, or?
I've never met these ladies.
So you wouldn't recognise them at all when you're heading. You're muted, Michelle. Okay, everyone's had a turn, I think, now, except Chris.
Okay,
Chris is coming later.
I see Lyra and just go, Lyra, darling, what are you doing here?
Oh my, if it isn't Kathy Bacon. What brings you all the way down here?
Well, I decided to go on an adventure.
On what whim, might I ask?
Well, lately I've been doing some investigating work.
Oh, you don't say. Really?
Yes, well, you see, because of the world we live in, people aren't necessarily engaging me for my professional craft as much as they used to. So I was pretty bored with I was very, very bored with the social life of the social world. So I decided to jump into some weird shit, as they say.
Did my chat with you at the Watkins Gala maybe inspire you to investigate, or were you just suddenly struck by lightning?
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you a little story, okay? So I went to an event at a museum in Edinburgh, in Scotland.
Okay.
And if I told you what happened there, you wouldn't believe me. But it's safe to say, it changed my life. And now I can't get enough.
Oh, all right. We'll have to catch you on that. But say, the other two here, do you know them by chance? The young girl over there, she seems quite familiar. I can't quite place it, but I know I've seen her somewhere as well.
Neither of them appear to be. No, they're not really close to me.
Are we all sitting at the same table, similar location?
You're not. I just wanted to check if you knew each other first before you head to. Pardon me. Before you head to Bar Cardano, the restaurant.
This should be
So
Lyra at the bar, just because Kathy would absolutely go to the bar straight away and get a drink. That'd be the first thing she did. So I'm assuming that that's where we met.
So no, but I mean, there's the bar at the hotel, and then there's the bar you're going to meet Augustus Larkin.
Yeah.
Are you all heading over together?
Oh, I think
assuming
Kat
we're
and
about-
Lyra would.
Arriving at the same time, probably. Very close to
yeah.
punctual.
The 7 o'clock is when you're meant to be there. You've had the day to get ready. Katie, have you met up with the three of them yet?
I would assume that she, as soon as she got there, that she was like, the theater brain kicked in and she was like, I have to be there at 7, so then I should show up at 6:30. She's like already.
So let's say you were on your way to go down and you ran into Cathy and Larry talking. So you didn't make it to Bar Cardano for 6:30, but you are on time as the four of you go over. The bar, the restaurant, is nice. It's so wooden faced walls. The decoration is somewhat bright, but very welcoming. The smells coming out of the restaurant as you get there are delicious. When you arrive, you're taken to a table reserved for Larkin. At the table are 3 men sitting. A young white guy, very very attractive, but somehow pale, kind of sickly looking. Beside him is a taller, Hispanic-looking man with a scowl on his face, broad moustache, his eyes darting everywhere. The restaurant, and across from him, there's a young African-American man wearing tweed suit with pipe in hand, talking quite animatedly to Larkin. We're going to go for the first roll of tonight. If anyone wants, they can give me a psychology roll.
So there's
go.
3 people sat there. There's Larkin,
and 2 others. Yeah.
right? One older, one younger.
Older. You'd think the one that's older looks about 40 or so.
Okay.
So not really old, but older than the other 2.
Okay.
So Kathy, with an extreme success there.
Oh, it's just a success. That was a roll I did to test it to make sure it all worked earlier. I'm the second one. So
All right,
just
okay.
a regular success.
Just a regular success. Well, you're not going to get all the good stuff then. So, as you approach the table, even with all the noise going on around, you can feel tension here. And looking at them, you can see it seems to mainly between the African American man and the Hispanic man. So when the African American speaks to him, it's a lot more controlled than when he's speaking with Larkin. Larkin, you know by sight, you've seen photos of him before. And as the 4 of you approach the table, all 3 men stand up. Larkin smiles at you warmly. Ah, my fellow explorers. I'm so glad you were able to make it. Please, come have a seat.
Charmed.
Miss Bacon, or Mrs. Bacon, sorry.
I prefer Miss, if you know what I mean.
Of course. This is our compatriot, Jesse Hughes. He is a folklorist from New York. The African man nods at you and smiles. Very pleased to meet you, Miss Bacon. I've seen some of your films.
Oh, I do apologise.
Not at all. They are absolutely thrilling. You've done some of the best work in modern cinema.
You're too
I can't wait to hear you speak. There's when supposedly they're coming up with the new technology. You'll be able to hear your voice on the screen. How amazing will that be?
Oh, I can't wait. It'll be just like when I started out in the theatre all those years ago. Ah, those were the days.
And sorry, is that Katie Fields? I saw you in Romeo and Juliet in New Orleans.
Thank you.
It was a wonderful performance.
You act as well, Katie.
Thank you.
I knew it. I recognize that face. I think I saw you in a stage production a few years back.
Yes, well,
Jesse Hughes shakes all of your hands. Larkin points to the other person. And this is my companion, my bodyguard, Louis de Mendoza. The man just nods at you.
Louis up. Aye, Louis up.
I'm sorry.
Sorry?
What was his first name? It cut out.
Louis de Mendoza.
Louis. Sorry.
Louis. Oh, that's the 50s.
Lyra tries to charm him and reaches out her hand. Not a man of many words, Mr. Mendoza.
Are you actually trying to charm him? What was it what would you actually want to be achieving there?
I want to get a read off of him. He's the silent type.
Right, so that I would say is more psychology than
Damn it. I thought it would be charming.
No, charm would be if you're actually wanting to use your charm to get something from him. In this instance, I don't think that would be appropriate.
I want to disarm him, like gain a bit of an upper hand on him.
You've just met, you're just saying hello. I would say leave that until you're in conversation.
All right.
I mean, you can try, but you need to tell me what it is you're actually trying to achieve from him, since you've not spoken with him at all yet.
I want to get a word out of him. That's it. I just want him to say something back.
Oh, then just say, well, a pleasure. You can hear his accent is definitely so something Spanish, like South American, maybe. Please have a seat. The food here is delicious. You can all join in.
Yeah. Bob's going to walk over to the bar and get a big
It's a
glass of
restaurant, so
whiskey.
you'll get served at the...
Order a large whiskey and a steak.
I sit down and yell out, waiting staff.
Si, senora.
Now, I'm going to give you a tremendous amount of money, and you're going to keep bringing over as much wine as you can carry. Is that okay?
Si, senora.
All right, now this money's for you, not for your
Amen.
boss. This is just for you, so put it away somewhere so he doesn't see it, yes?
He
All
takes
right.
it and smiles at you. And brings over a very nice bottle of wine.
Solidarity for the workers, as we say. Ha ha.
Is there a reason you need that much wine?
Well, I was buying wine for everyone.
Good conversation can't be had without a decent glass. I fully agree with Kathy on this one. Garçon, short question. Do you serve Peruvian specialties here?
Si.
How is your guinea pig? I've heard it's a delicacy here.
What's the name of it?
Koi?
I can't remember.
I think it's koi.
I should have realised. Yes, we can definitely serve that. It might take a little bit longer. And Larkin jumps in. You absolutely have to try and I wrote this down because it stinks. If I can find it. But oh man,
It's called hui.
no, escabeche. It's a hot, sweet, and sour fish dish. There's a specialty of the restaurant. Koi. No, not koi. Wait, rather fine. Oh, I don't think I'll be making any accents because I do not want to offend anyone. The Scottish accent's bad enough.
Scottish
Have
accent,
whatever you
trying to
want,
do
but I
another
can...
accent? No.
I think that fish dish sounds actually very, very, very good.
I've been here for over a week now, and I can definitely recommend it. Please order whatever you wish. It's all of me. Please, a bottle of whiskey for Mr. Robinson. I'm sure we can all share. Jackson lights his pipe, big spark and laughs. I'd happily have a whiskey with you.
Well, thank
Jackson.
you. At least
No, Jesse, sorry, not Jackson, Jesse.
Sorry,
better
I
than that sour grape stuff.
I've been trying to take notes, and I'm not very good at it, and I keep getting distracted by myself.
Oh, I do that.
ADHD,
That's
baby. It's a bad ADHD day, but I got my fidget. I'll be all right. What was Jesse Hughes' job?
a folklorist.
Folklorist. Okay, thank you. That's the only bit I was missing. Okay, I'm on board now.
So they all order food, order your drinks. Everything comes timely. The wine's flowing, conversations going. So now that we're all here, we can discuss a little bit about what we're going to be, what we'll be doing. As he coughs a little bit, Mendoza looks at him. It doesn't look like he's caring for him, but just watching.
I move out of the cough zone.
Please excuse me. They wipes his mouth with a what you call a serviette. What's a serviette? A napkin. Fucking hell. Sometimes I can't remember English words, by the way. It's just it goes completely. So, how much do you know of our little expedition? I know I only shared some bits, but have you done any of your own research, or?
We were to show up in Peru.
Quite.
I'm just here the adventure of it, darling. I don't know if you've heard about my exploits in Edinburgh, but I'm an addict, as they say. I'm addicted to the search and the hunt.
Give me a psychology roll.
Fail.
Okay. You he smiles as you talk. Well, then let us take this opportunity to let you know about what we're going to be doing. And so tell me, you ask me questions.
Where are we going to be traveling to so I can prepare?
We will be going, well, when it comes to preparations, I will be supplying everything. If you want to get anything for yourself out with that, please feel free to bring me a receipt and I will reimburse you. We will be heading north to Lake Titicaca. Stay back. Hello.
Mr. Larkin, with all due respect...
Please, call me Augustus.
Augustus, I'm still trying to grasp what we're doing here. From what I've picked up from snippets of conversation, Mr. Robinson has a camera with him hoping to film landscapes and scenery, whereas...
Well, that's just my hobby. I'm here to help just any way I can.
Okay.
Especially with you lovely dolls along with us.
Yeah, sure. Miss Bacon has kind of delved into her adventures in Edinburgh a bit. I'm still not quite aware of what happened or if this...
I'll tell you all about it tonight at the hotel bar.
Yes, but I'm still trying to understand what is it exactly that you want from us at the lake? What are we looking for here?
That's what I was trying to explain, Miss Denoctory. May I call you Lyra?
Of course.
Thank you. I hope we can all be on first name basis here. So please, all of you, call me Augustus.
Yes, I read the information. I read the thing you put out in the paper. You hope to identify the site of a pyramid.
Yes, we must. It's one that seems to have gone unnoticed a little bit. Sorry, I have to do something very quickly. Michelle, if you could turn your mic up a little bit, because you seem to go quiet when I'm talking.
Okay. I'll just keep. Is that better?
I think so.
Okay. This could be way too loud. Or
Yeah,
not.
okay.
I don't know. We'll figure
It's
it out.
fine for me. Okay. So this pyramid is what you would call a lost pyramid. I met a farmer out in the sticks. Ernesto Molo, his name. And he pointed me to what they called a fearsome place. Now, I don't truck much with superstitions as they go. At that, Jesse Hughes is here. But the farmer told me that they had found a golden cup and showed it to me. They gave it to me, actually. And I can ascertain that it seems to be of an from the Incas. Now, I had heard rumours of this pyramid, and having come across this unbelievably good luck, I think I've found out exactly where it is. I've done my research, I've been looking into it for quite some time now. And all because I was lucky enough to run into that farmer.
Do you know who... Oh, sorry, go on.
It still doesn't answer the question why this group of people, if you seem to know where the pyramid is, why not hire a proper expedition crew?
I must say I do agree because, well, I have been on some adventures of late, but myself and possibly Miss Fields here, we're actors.
Well, you were invited. To be honest, I would like to... I don't know how much you know of academia, but I'm trying to make my name, get out from under the shadow of my family. And taking along a more experienced group might make it more difficult to make sure that I get the appreciation, the now I've forgotten words again.
Acknowledgement.
Thank you very much. The acknowledgement.
I'll get you a thesaurus.
We can share it, mate. We having all of you with me is we're in 1921. Yes, the world has become much more media aware. There are stars like yourself, Miss Bacon, and
like and subscribe.
I love it when your kids cameo.
I will just throw them out. He's not done that in a while. I am Banana Boom Boom, like and subscribe. Yeah, sure, pal. What the fuck was I saying, man? Yeah. The acknowledgement. And having some celebrities, some people of stature such as yourself, Larong, will give this a little bit more of a wow factor, if you know what I mean. I can get my name in the so acknowledged by the university. We can make much better. We can make sure the news spreads. Unfortunately, this isn't something like finding the discoveries in Egypt and the Great Pyramids. This is something that maybe won't be as newsworthy. And going with an experienced crew, yeah, where's the excitement in that? I would much rather share this with like-minded individuals who want to make discoveries.
Bob's had a nice drink or two now, and he's going, Mr. Augustus, thank you so much for this opportunity. I mean, what more could we ask?
You're more than welcome.
First to discover, I mean, I'm looking forward to it, and he's pounding another one. And he's leans up. So, where are you ladies staying? You in here in the hotel, too?
Yes.
I'm staying at a place a bit down the road, far away from you.
You're all staying at the same hotel, yeah, Annie.
I know.
As I mentioned at the beginning.
I know.
But Bob doesn't.
But Bob doesn't.
Well, mate, you're at the hotel and walked over. Okay, I'm going to need to slap all of my players. No, I'm joking.
Well, gentlemen, yes, I'm staying in the same hotel. Yes.
Larkin, like, I appreciate this might seem strange having done this the way I did. But when you see what we found already, and at that point, the other man, the one that's quiet, Louis de Mendoza, picks up a bag, and out of it brings out 2 large pieces of gold. One of which is a pendant in the form of a man holding 2 rods or staves. And the other is a golden cup carved with geometric patterns and circles, and it's inlaid with turquoise. Do any of you have archaeology? I would like to give it a roll.
Ooh, let me check.
I have an archaeology of 1, but I'd like to roll anyway.
You can roll anyway. It's
Fail.
yeah.
Fail.
Well, rolling against 1 is rather difficult. I mean, you could still succeed. So yes, that is the official nickname.
Oh, how much luck would that cost me?
That would cost you 14 luck to get down to Battle Pass.
Little early to spend luck.
Are you sure?
When you consider how bad my luck is.
I am not. I would never just call for a luck roll right after you've spent all your luck. That's just not the sort of thing I do. And I'm going to call you Rab. Since there's discussion about your nickname, you'll get him called Rab.
Okay.
Would you like to spend the... No. So these artifacts...
No reason he would know. So.
No. He passes the artifacts around. They're very heavy. You can tell they're real gold.
Looking around, make sure anybody else not at this table eyeing this up and us.
It doesn't seem to be. The restaurant's not all that busy at the moment. And other than the waiter continually bringing wine for Kathy, no one seems to be paying attention to any of you. You can hear people speaking at the 2 or 3 other tables that are there, and you can hear people using French, English, and Spanish, each of them. So it seems to be somewhere that a lot of different people come to.
Okay,
As the way
making
bring
sure
over
we're not...
one, I keep passing glasses to other people, even if they're not drinking them. So everyone now has probably like 3 or 4 glasses of wine next to them.
Lyra takes a sip from her glass and says, "These artifacts, do they have any meaning, or are they just decorative? Have you deciphered what they are?"
They are pieces of history. I think we will be better able to. No, there's a beep every so often, but yeah, I don't know who's doing that. It's one of you people. I think we will be better able to make sense of them when we uncover the rest of the pyramid. I think we need to look at these as... Oh no, don't shush it. It's me that I get distracted. It's not your fault. Sorry. I'm talking to people in chat, by the way, because I really should not have chat open while I'm doing this. I think once we have access to more of the artifacts, more of the surroundings, we will be able to make a much better appraisal of the culture of where these artifacts sit in it. Is this was the cup used in some kind of ritual? Was it for a person of power and prestige? Was the amulet something to protect, or was it just something purely decorative? Was it an award? And
what do you plan to do with these artifacts once we discover them?
Well, that's entirely up to all of us. This will be something done with us. Of course, we can take them to museums, put them on display. We'll make sure that everyone has a chance to do what they wish. I can promise you, though, that we will gain some renown for this. I can see Miss Bacon that maybe there'll be new roles in it for you as the dashing adventuress.
My final question would be, just out of curiosity, how much do you want us to chip in from our own wallets, because I think that all of us here are quite well off, if I am not misunderstanding the situation now.
Sorry, I thought it was quite clear that I expect nothing from you. I'm covering all costs.
Oh, I'm just looking forward to the opportunity to get my name known. So once again, thank you.
Well, you will have a pride of place with me. That is why I wanted people who were not as well known in this sphere. We can do this together and make names of it for ourselves. Kathy, you have been given a bonus from the wonderful Cat, the Dice God, for her follow.
Oh, thanks, Kat.
Yep.
How does this work?
Well, you can choose on a roll to give, so to make it, give you plus 10% to it, so that it makes it 10% easier to pass. But you can choose when to use it. You don't need to use it today. Yeah, you can just keep it.
I'll add that to my sheet. Thank you, Kat. That's a lovely thing you've just done. More people follow. Damn it. I want all of the boosts.
Technically, Kat gets to give one as well.
I keep pushing my wine glasses in front of Kathy, telling her she can keep the sour wine.
Anyone who's already followed can give a boost to one player. Yeah, I want them to compete for your affections.
Why not just throw a knife in the middle of the screen and let us... Yeah.
Well, because the Ides of March have passed. Anyway. Sorry. Bob, what were you saying?
Who?
Bob.
Bob was just pushing his wine glasses over to Kathy every time she puts one and says, no thank you, as he drinks more whiskey. Would you like something stronger? It seems you're just wanting quantity over quality.
Oh, darling, this is the work night, so I've got to keep it light.
And he seems impressed with all the empty, glasses you've been drinking.
Yeah, I call over the waiter and just like, my friend here isn't into these, but you should take these. You and the other staff drink them when your boss isn't looking. Go on, there's a good man.
And Katie, you've also got a bonus from the wonderful Melissa from Adventures in Lolly Gang.
Where do I add that at?
Just make a note of it, and then I'll remind you of it. I've got a note of it now.
I'm looking over these items of the artifacts. Are there any marking symbols, unique things, other than just asking gems and gold?
Yeah, so no gems. There's just gold, and there's some turquoise going through it. You didn't pass the archaeology rule, so you don't actually notice any of it. They are they have like geometric shapes on them. Both of them do, but they're not quite similar. Golden cup is more carved, and the pendant has more kind of blocky sort of shapes on it.
Okay, mostly it's just a reference. He's trying to see what's all there in case we come across some of them later. So,
by looking at them, can I see anything about the history of them?
That would have been the archaeology room. I mean, if you have history, you can give me a history room.
Not if I have occult.
I got a success on my history roll. Yay.
Well, so looking at these, you can tell they're not from the same time period. So like one's a good so the first one's maybe from the 5th century, and the pendant and the cup seems to come from the 15th century.
I don't know exactly what they're from, but I do know that they're from 2 different parts of history.
But what a good eye, Miss Fields. I didn't want to bring that up. It's one of the very interesting things about this find, that we will see a cross section of pre-Incan and then Incan societies right up until the conquistadors came. there will be a wealth of artifacts for us to discover there. So much history to uncover, so much to learn. We will be setting out on Monday, 8 p.m. sharp. That's March 21st. He coughs again a little bit, not just kind of slightly. If you don't have any more questions, I think I'll retire to my hotel now. Unfortunately, I am staying at the Hotel España. There was not enough room there to get rooms for yourselves. But the Hotel Mari is a much more pleasant place to stay anyway.
About how many days of travel are you expecting us to get to the site?
Probably about 2 or 3 days, depending on the weather. We will be heading out on truck, first of all, till we get to the village of Puno, and from there we will get some donkeys, some horses if possible, and ride the rest of the way.
Sounds lovely. I was just wondering, Jesse, would you be sticking around here for a while to have a drink with me?
Yes, ma'am. I would find that most pleasant. I was hoping to get to know my companions here.
Wonderful. Would you come with me for a moment? I would quite like to interrogate you away from all of these lovely people.
Certainly, yes. If you'll excuse me, please, gentlemen, lady. And he stands up and takes his hat with him.
I take him over to the bar.
You'll go with him?
At this point, though, you're walking away, Larkin says, well, I will see you on Monday morning, 8 a.m. sharp. And him and Mendoza got up to leave. Anyone say anything to them before they go?
I'll see you on Monday.
Good night.
Good night.
You can give me a spot hidden on medicine roll as he leaves if you wish.
Oh, I already knew he was going to be dying.
Extreme success.
Okay, no, yours doesn't count, Lena. That's sorry.
Regular success.
Oh, mine doesn't count.
Yours doesn't count, no.
Discriminatory.
That's okay. Kathy, you noticed that he looks a good bit paler than he did when you come in.
Larkin.
Larkin, definitely. Lila, for you, you've seen, how he looks. His skin is pale. He looks kind of sweaty, kind of sallow. There's bags under his eyes. But more than that, you've seen the effects of opiate addiction before. And it definitely seems like it could be withdrawal. You're not certain, but it could be. And with your, it's an extreme success, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also a smell as you pass by. There's very heavy, thick cologne on, which is fairly expensive and it smells good. But as you pass it by, you smell something else. It smells like, if you didn't know better, it smells like rotten meat. It's just like a whiff of it. It's definitely you're not even certain that you've smelled it at all.
Nice. That was me leaning away from the stank.
So Mendoza and Larkin make their way out. Kathy and Jesse make their way to the bar.
So I'm going to turn on the charm. She's like,
famous bacon charm.
Yeah. So I may have noticed a little bit of discontent between you and the good Mr. Mendoza.
You noticed that. You're very astute, Miss Bacon. I could have guessed that from your portrayals on the silver screen. But yes, I think there's something about the man. I don't quite trust him. And if I'm honest, to be honest with you, I'm not sure I trust Larkin either. How much of what he said do you think is true?
I don't know. The man did look a bit more peaky as he was leaving. That I did notice.
I'm fairly certain he's sick. The Mendoza tries to hide it for him. I think Mendoza's more of a bodyguard than anything else.
Now, you understand
Look,
that me, Miss Katie, Mr. Bob, and Miss Lyra have travelled a very long way. And in spite of the fact that Larkin is saying that he wants to put a lot, he wants to cover all of the expenses, it's safe to say that we have all incurred expenses with our time.
but this was a choice, no?
Yes, it was a choice, but I just want to make sure that this is the real deal, right? We're not getting into anything sordid or...
He looks around. How well do you know your companions there?
I know Lyra very well. I've only met Bob and Katie today.
And do they seem trustworthy?
Katie is a fellow veteran of the boards. I would trust her above most people. And Bob seems very, very intent on pointing out the fact that he is the only person in our troop that has a willy.
Well, present company excluded, of course.
Present company excluded, of course. I didn't want to presume what your situation was, obviously, but you understand what I'm saying.
This is fair. Then, before we go any further, I feel that I have to come clean, as it were. My name is not Jesse Hughes. My name is Jackson Elias. You can give me an idea roll if you want to see if you've heard the name.
Idea roll. I've not done that.
In fact, actually, you might have heard his name because of your escapades in Edinburgh.
Just so I know for the future, how would you do an idea roll?
I think you just roll intelligence.
Oh, okay. Well, shall I do that?
Wait a minute, we're just looking at your Charizard, sorry. God damn it. So on your sheet, I think if you just click intelligence, that should do it for you.
Hard success.
There we go. Jackson Elias has written several books on cult. They are very grounded. They don't go into the mystical aspect. But the university encouraged you to read some of them.
You're that Jackson Elias. I have been given and may have even read some of your books.
Me have? Oh, I am flattered that you even know my name.
I was handed them by a good friend of mine who I've been on several adventures with in Edinburgh. What was funny about that?
I don't know, but just the adventures in Edinburgh, they make me laugh.
Good crew.
A very good crew.
Good game. Cashed on alternate Tuesdays, everyone.
Yes, but the 1920s era is gone. Yes, well, maybe you can understand a little bit more about why I'm here. I have been looking into a kind of cult that's known about here. They're called the Carisi. And as I was looking into them, I ran across Larkin and his man there, Mendoza. The place that they are looking for is said to be the nesting place of these Carisi, is where they worship their god. Now, I don't believe that they are, as some of the locals have told me, a kind of vampire. In fact, they told me that Mendoza is one such. And while I can believe that he's part of this cult, I don't believe he's any kind of monster. Well, other than the human kind, of course. Larkin's story just doesn't fit for me at all. And if he is working with this cult somehow, it could be a danger to others. And yes, I'm writing a book, but I also don't want to let this sort of thing go under people's noses. It should be pointed out. We have to look after the people. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, of course, we must look after the people. That is very important. Well, I know that we could probably let Lyra in on this for sure. I've known Lyra for years. She's a good sort.
We can sound out Bob and Katie as well.
Yes, I'm sure that they're both wonderful. I just don't know them. But Lyra, I have known in the social world for years. We've done many a party together.
Oh God, Lara. That is very good to hear. I was hoping I'd find some allies in this. Mendoza is almost definitely onto me. They know that there is an American author researching. They say that's why I gave them the pseudonym and told them I'm a folklorist. If they knew the truth, yeah, things. I don't think they would allow me to join them in this little expedition. I think it's imperative that we make it to the pyramid.
It's also imperative to maintain your cover. If they find out who you are, that would be terrible. And on that, I will only ever refer to you as Jesse from now on. I will not refer to you by your actual name under any circumstances, and I would say you should do the same.
Kathy, you are an absolute gem. I cannot thank you enough. Let's go join the others and we'll see what they think. If we can sound them out, maybe we can bring them to our cause.
Absolutely, let's do that. So Lyra
waves over the waiter. Could you bring me a glass of your nicest brandy, please?
Si, senora.
Anyone else switching to the harder liquor, or?
I don't think it gets much harder than what Bob's been doing already.
and Bob's leaning in, and he's something's not right. It just doesn't sit right. Why would he, like you said, bring us all in? I mean, he has nobody that I've seen yet who's an expert at getting provisioning, getting things ready. He's,
aren't you quite the explorer, Bob?
I've done some stuff.
So you should be a master of provisioning, shouldn't you?
Well, yes, of course, I could.
He did say to you that everything would be provided for, that the trucks would be ready on Monday and that you'll be getting the other supplies. Yep. Also said to you, if you want anything extra, you can go out and buy it and bring him the receipts and he will reimburse you.
Yeah, but he didn't. He didn't bring anybody to discuss anything, tell us where we're going. He didn't show us maps.
He offered to tell you where you're going. No one asks questions.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would have asked these things. I thought he was just.
He said that we were going to a lake. I didn't.
Yes, the Lake Titicaca. The near Lake Titicaca, north.
Lyra kind of leans back in her chair and she looks over at Bob and she says, "Well, Bob, you know a lot of things, right? I mean, you were saying you come from a very, very wealthy family.
I'm well educated, not necessarily. Yep, we traveled all over. Got to explore a few places all over the United States."
She sorry, keep going.
I'm just looking forward to just being somewhere not there. So,
Lyra takes kind of like swishes her glass of brandy around and takes a little sip, and she says, "Do you know the kind of parties that Kathy and I know about?"
If you don't, we can help you there, Bob.
The kind that we celebrate in big high-rises looking over the city with dark, seedy rooms where pale men seem to walk out from time to time. You know what I mean, Kathy.
I think we're playing a completely different game.
The smell of opium in the air.
At this point, Jesse and Kathy come back to the table. And they overhears a little bit what you were saying, Bob, and says, I'm entirely with you, Mr. Robinson. There's something not quite right here about Mr. Larkin.
I mean,
does anyone else have that feeling?
I can tell you what's not right with him. I was just about to explain it. Kathy, remember those Oriental type of parties that they would celebrate in New York? The ones with the little hookah rooms in the back?
Yeah, it's full of men, unconscious. Not what I would call an idea of fun, but I respect their right to do what they want with their bodies.
Oriental, by the way, is a term of the time and not actually,
Yes.
We won't use either. But yeah,
I'm sorry.
don't be. It's all right. I'm just saying to.
I think that our little sponsor might enjoy a bit too much of that pipe, and whew, it is definitely giving off an odd smell.
Noticed something about something off of him as well. I thought it was just illness, but now that you say, it does have the markings of an addict. I suppose that's what happens when someone with money becomes addicted. Look, I just. What about you, Miss Fields? What do you think?
I think it's extremely odd that he invited 4 people that have little to no experience doing a job such as this, and gives no information or very little information to what we need.
He wanted to give you lots of information and no one asked.
Listen, let me finish.
Sorry, Lynn.
It also doesn't help that he may be doing drugs. That's a scary factor
But
there.
heroin is legal at the moment. In Peru and in fact over a lot of the world. So it's not, it's not that he's doing something illicit.
Now, a gentleman enjoying opium, it's not necessarily a bad thing in and of itself. However, there is enough here to be suspicious, and I would like to make some kind of roll. I don't know if it's psychoanalysis or psychology, but I'd like to try and get a read on Bob and Katie.
Okay.
And try to figure out if they're legit. Or if
You
there's
can
something
on what?
going on.
They'll give me a roll, and they can then give you the information that you want, depending how well you roll.
Would this be psychoanalysis or psychology?
Psychology. Psychoanalysis is more in-depth talking about it.
Okay.
I mean, right now, what do you want to read? I'm more than willing to let you just. What are you after?
Well, they want to see if you're lying. If you want to see if you're open.
I got a success, but only just.
You could spend the 23 luck to get it to a hard success. No, you don't have to. Sorry.
No, I'm going to save my luck.
Save your luck. What do you want to know from them?
I would like to know if they are trustworthy and legitimate.
But they definitely seem trustworthy and legitimate, I would say. I don't think that's something we need to ask them. They definitely seem trustworthy. Lyra seems fake as fuck, but the others do seem trustworthy.
Just the vibe I always give off.
By the way, the original Lyra was snooty as well, just a little bit different snooty, but every time she made a roll to do something charming, fucked it up spectacularly. It was amazing.
But every time I did a roll to do something that did not have to do with anything in my profession, I always had a success.
Oh god, yeah. Escaped from a fucking dungeon sort of thing, absolutely no problem. Got out when everyone else was coming to save her. It was superb. No, they definitely seem trustworthy, and Jesse gets that feeling as well. Cathy,
So
if you don't mind...
Say, Jesse, darling, I think you're safe to tell your truth now.
I was thinking the same as well. I'm sorry to have deceived you all. My name is not Jesse Hughes. My name is Jackson Elias. I am an author and journalist looking into various cults throughout the world. When I came across Mr. Larkin and his compatriot while I was investigating a local cult, something seemed off about them, and I decided to join to find out a little bit more. Now,
What was the name of that cult?
Carisi.
Can I roll on occult if I've ever heard the name?
Of Carisi? Yeah, sure.
Since it is a cult and I do have occult. Why not?
Yes.
But it's a
fumble. You've never heard of that sort of thing. Cannot exist.
It's a fumble when you fail to recall information from your brain. Your brain just starts leaking. You start bleeding out your ear or something.
No, it just completely lies to you.
Okay.
So no, there's no such thing as the Carisi. That's...
All right.
But I will let you give me another occult roll.
Another.
All right? Give me another occult roll. Oh, fucking hell. Seriously, mate? It's just... Right, so the first roll was 99 over 35, and this one was 94 over 35, so it wasn't a fumble, at least. But yeah. No, you've never heard of Jackson Lies either.
Can I try?
You certainly can.
It's
You think
not allowed.
I'm not going to go left out. I've got a cult
I
of
got an
5.
extreme success. Let's go.
Okay, so not only have you heard of Jackson Elias, who you know has done a lot of work looking into cults all over the world, in Africa, in South America, and Asia. In America, he's got at least 5 books behind him. You actually remember the name Carisi. I think you were something when you were getting ready to come to Peru. You decided to look into it a little bit, and it's a local legend that's dating back to times of the conquistadors, and they're fat vampires. They suck the fat out of people, suck the life out of them.
Liposuctions.
Rather extreme, but yes.
Sounds like I should make an appointment with them. Hey? Oh. Lanhee, did you tell the group that stuff, or did you keep it to yourself?
Yes, but she is also in shock and confused. But she told you. It came out of her mouth, but she's kind of sitting there like, oh, okay.
Oh,
Fat
it sounds a bit more
vampires.
like a fairy tale than actual occultism, if you ask me. Vampires.
Well, I think now is the time for me to share some information about my adventures in Edinburgh. I have seen the dead rise. I've seen beasts from another plane of existence or reality, which delete as appropriate, because I'm still not sure myself. I have seen the supernatural in the flesh, and even shot it with my gun. I can tell you that the world has more to it than would meet the eye, because I have seen it for myself, as much as I didn't believe it.
Jackson kind of smiles as you're doing this. I'm sure there's a rational explanation for it.
Yes, like the wine, the parties they were talking about with the drugs. Yeah, I can see why she might be seeing these things.
Let's not get into any personal.
No, but I'm not saying that it's. I don't believe.
No, you're saying I imagine
we have
because
to
you drink too much.
Well, I can't use that as an excuse as he holds the empty whiskey glass.
I know what
I'm just saying. You asked a rational possibility.
Since the passing of my husband, I've spent a lot of time and a lot of my inherited resources investigating the occult, since it is the occult that brought him to the brink of madness. And I can assure you that I have never, in all of my research, heard of fat-sucking vampires or a cult that worships them. This is fake news.
Okay, whether you believe in the cult or not, let me explain. I have been looking into this looking into Larkin now for quite a while. And I think you mentioned why all the amateurs, and not professionals, because there is the museum here, and Professor Sanchez is eminently qualified to join this. He has been trying to get hold of Larkin to join him. He's heard of this expedition and would really like to take part, and Larkin so far has completely ignored him. This strikes me as extremely strange. It is a local who is a professor at the university, but it's the National University of San Marcos.
How close would that be from here?
Well, I've got an appointment to see him tomorrow afternoon. If you would like to come with me.
Oh, definitely.
I think that's a splendid idea. Good work there, Jesse.
He certainly
Also-
has some. Everyone knows that he's Jackson.
Yeah, but I'm just going to say to everyone.
Okay, staying in character.
I think it's very important that we do not refer to Jesse by the other name. I think it's imperative that we keep his cover, because we don't know if Larkin has ears anywhere. We are on his territory. We should act as such.
Thank you. That is greatly appreciated. See, as I said, I've been looking into this for a while. Larkin was trying to convince some of the locals to visit the pyramid, and they were quite. It's a place of legend for them, and they did not want to go with him. That is why I think he has turned to foreigners like us, people who he thinks are clueless, to help him. There seems to be something he needs there that he needs more people to do, but bringing in people more knowledgeable might endanger his project somehow.
There's one other thing thinking about that. We're all disposable. None of us have names. None of us are known. Will we be missed?
Bob, I'm not sure about you, but if you have not heard about Kathy Bacon, then you've been living under a rock.
As much as I am not always fond of my fame, I believe that my disappearance would cause a stir.
Almost certainly.
And I hate to boast,
Yeah.
but I do have quite the name for myself as well.
Eccentrics going on an expedition that was known and were lost in the jungle.
That is something that could sell. We all remember the Titanic.
What's
That
with
happened yet?
Titanic?
What year was Titanic?
1914.
1912.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely.
If you lot don't watch Titanic once a year,
I don't know.
and it's almost as if you would be ashamed if that was something you do. But
No.
I'm not, and I do. So
I
fuck all
was
of
definitely
you.
not being ashamed. I just don't.
Fucking love that movie. It's a good movie. Fuck all y'all. And by the way, I'm stealing Lindsay Ellis's point here, but it's true. In the film, they both try to get on the door, and they can't do it.
I don't believe
Literally
you.
made it clear in the film that they
No.
both can't fit on the fucking door. So
No.
you need to stop that shit. 'Cause
No,
it's
no.
No.
Kathy, no. Just no.
And anyway, back to the game.
Wait, that wasn't part of the game? What?
No, Kathy wasn't talking about a film that hasn't come out for 100 years.
I thought time travel was involved. Look, some of that little town of Puno, some of them were telling me that this Mendoza is one of these kiddies. Now, again, obviously not, there aren't such things as monsters, but they're obviously scared of them. And the fact that these kiddies are usually seen as being pale European types, I think the legend started with the conquistadors, the atrocities they carried out here. And maybe there was some kind of massacre at the pyramid, and that's why they're so scared to go there.
Jesse, do you speak the local language?
I do, yes.
I would very much like to meet some of these locals before we go off on this adventure.
Well, we'll need to head up that way to meet them. The Lima is a large town. But when we get to Puno, there are definitely some people we can seek out if we can stay out of the eye of Mendoza and Larkin.
Sounds good.
I'm so glad that you're all amenable to this. I think someone like Larkin could cause a lot of damage if allowed to exploit the people of Peru like this. As I said, we've got the appointment tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the university with Professor Sanchez. I would be more than happy for you all to come with me. He has some old documents that he believes, documents and artifacts, sorry, that he thinks will be pertinent to this investigation of ours. we could all go back to the hotel and meet for lunch tomorrow, maybe, and then head to the university. If that would be amenable.
That's fine.
Definitely something we can do. So I don't have to get up until about 11, it sounds like. I'll have another drink, sir.
Jackson smiles and joins you for the rest of the night.
Oops, sorry.
No, it's okay.
What did you say?
I was just going to call the waiter over and order something harder, but I think that was assumed.
The entire night has been covered by Larkin, so there's no bill at the end of the night. You all leave at some ridiculous time in the morning to drunk to various states. Jackson, although he is drunk, seems to handle it quite well. When you go out, you can give me a spot hidden if you want, but it will be at disadvantage since you're all drunk.
So on hard?
No, just the disadvantage. You can roll it with okay, no, that's definitely.
So you roll it twice and you take the lower one.
Basically.
Ah, okay.
God damn it.
So it's everyone
rolled it.
failed.
Well, I passed one, and no, I failed both of them. I thought I passed one, and then
I
I
failed one, but I passed the second one, and it's the lower.
So no one passed. You head out. You all head back to the. Tudorf, you have a bonus from Stephen because you're in his playtest.
I will spend 3 luck points to succeed on my failure. Or can I not do that on a
wait a
fail?
minute. Do you have one? So one pass and one failure.
Yep.
Yep. Then you can spend your 3 luck if you wish. 4 luck, no 3.
I will spend 3 luck to have a success.
As you're heading back to the hotel, it's not far away. You get the definite sense that there's someone from further back in the shadows looking at you, or so watching you.
As in the group?
Yep.
Okay. He'll cough, and he nods his head. I don't know. We're being watched.
Jackson bends down to tie his shoe. I think it might be Mendoza.
Well, we're not doing anything that they wouldn't expect, so I'm gonna just head back to the hotel and sleep.
Yes, I agree. Let's give him a show.
Sorry.
It may not be safe to sleep alone in your rooms tonight, so.
Smooth, Bob, smooth.
Do you need a bodyguard, Bob?
Are you guarding?
I
No,
can sit in
sorry.
front of your room all
we
night
don't-
long.
Well, thank you for the night, Bob. I'll see you in the morning. Goodbye.
So
Bob shakes his head and walks back to his room.
While they pass the reception, Lyra yells at the receptionist, "Excuse me, my friend over here is a bit scared. Could you send someone up to his room to sleep in front of the door?"
it looks at you and kind of. There's no need to be scared. The hotel is completely safe. The English is flawless, like better than mine.
I'd like to go up to the person at the reception, just say quietly, "My good fellow, if you wish to talk more about trade unions, come to my room later."
He looks at you. See, senor, and nods, looking vaguely uncomfortable. You all head to bed, drunk as you are. uh, drunk as you are, you all fall asleep fairly quickly. Next morning comes. I don't know how early you would all be to rise. Is there anything you would like to do before meeting with Jackson for lunch?
Eating breakfast.
You
Yeah, I'd
get
like
a
to talk-
hearty breakfast.
I'd like to talk to Katie a little bit. Maybe I could go to her room.
That's fine.
So Kathy's like what you would call a professional actor and professional drinker. So just like she should be hungover and should look like shit, but she doesn't. She looks amazing as always, and is walking as if nothing happened. It's like she's basically been up since 7. You know, doing her look and doing exercises and stuff. So she just knocks on the door quite quite sharply.
Katie opens the door. She didn't drink that much last night, so she's kind of just fine. And you see like books all over the table.
Katie, darling, I was hoping we could catch up and get to know each other a little bit because we're in the same line of work. Feels like we should be natural allies in this adventure.
Of course, come in.
Thank you. So I walk in and I just sit on the bed, just be like, so I hear that you have been tearing up the boards in New Orleans.
Doing the best I can. There's competition everywhere, but
It's a dreadful
I do my
business. It's a dreadful business trying to get noticed. I only looked into it. I started in the theatre in my hometown of Doncaster when I was a lot younger than now. I only got lucky because I was in my agent, Billy Balls, was there. And he became my agent, and he's the one who hooked me up with Charlie and Buster and all of the rest. And half of it is luck, I've got to say. How are you holding up with everything?
I've been lucky to get a few starring roles in some productions. We're on I'm on a hiatus as of right now, so I'm just exploring, seeing the world.
That sounds wonderful. Get some miles on the soul, as they say.
So how long have you been doing this, exploring the occult and
About a year now. It genuinely happened by accident. I went to a museum event. I thought it was just going to be another social event, have a few free drinks, meet some old friends and stuff, and see some interesting sights. And I know I'm not believed, but I think you might. You might take me seriously here when I say that everything I saw, it happened. And so they were always tended to be covered up by someone or something, or just ignored because of the fantastic elements. But I have seen the dead rise. I saw a mummy come to life in that museum that first night and kill several people. And I have had several encounters with the paranormal on those lines. And I need you to believe me that these things are real. I did not imagine them. I did not hallucinate them. I did not have a bout of hysteria. Do you believe me?
of course I believe you. I've
Thank you.
had experiences myself, but only when I was very young, so I just chalk them off into being very imaginative as a child. So,
What did you see?
um, when I was younger, I my parents owned this house back in London. I always saw many ghosts running around, some children, some adults. They always seemed to cling to me and talk to me, as it were, but I never told my parents. I kept everything, and she gets up and on the table she picks up this book, and it's very old by the looks of it, and she hands it to Kathy. Everything that I saw as a child I kept in here, and
Fascinating. She's flicking through the book. So I take it your hiatus from the boards. You're looking for answers.
Yes.
I can respect that. I'm very glad we had this chat, Katie. It seems like that we are both natural allies. And if Bob, Lyra, and Jesse will not believe us, know that I believe you. And it is a wonderful thing to know that I'm believed in kind.
Thank you for having this chat with me.
Shall we go and get some breakfast? I could do with a Bloody Mary. I don't know about you.
Yes, let's go.
So I guess we go to breakfast.
Sorry, but Kat made the best point. The Call of Cthulhu are just grown-up version of Phineas and Ferb, and that is amazing. now I want to have Phineas and Ferb in the game. Please don't tempt me. Breakfast passes uneventfully. You maybe go out and see some sights or whatever, stay in your room, read, whatever you wish to do. Lunchtime comes along, you meet with Jesse Hughes. Is there anything you want to ask him before you go to meet the professor?
Before we go and meet the professor, I would first like to clarify, what are the open carry laws in this country?
I'm not actually sure. It'd probably be carrying would be okay, but not blatantly. So like it wouldn't be illegal for you to have a gun in your purse or whatever. But maybe walking about with in your hand would not be so tolerated.
I'm very familiar with the local laws on this subject. I never ever leave home without this. And she pulls out a little pistol, a little bit from her purse, just a little bit, just so people can see it around the table. It's like, we're good.
Just
Don't
the
worry.
tip. It's
And Lyra will
Make it weird.
also
You had to make it weird.
how long have you been playing with me?
to be very, very careful as we head to an unknown location. Lyra will also take like her satchel bag with her and put her .45 automatic in it.
Anyone else want to make if it's something you carry with you all the time, you don't need to make a note of bringing it. That's okay. But absolutely
That's fine.
fine.
My bag, which is
Yeah,
all the stuff.
and I know
on it.
Kathy always that's. I'm used to it.
She always carries it.
I know.
Always.
After that first adventure, always. I don't think you had it with you at the museum.
No, she always had it.
But she wasn't
she's a
carrying
famous
it because I
woman
remember.
In the 1920s. Of course, she has a gun.
You may get
Bob will definitely be open carry in a holster. Side
yeah.
here.
So that shoulder holster.
Yep.
Okay, I might
I'm
try
just
this
trying to
just
see the
for
clock.
Kat. What are we saying? When you go to the university, just sing the Universidad Nacional Mayor de San Marcos. That's the best Spanish I can do. So everyone, Katie, are you bringing a weapon or anything?
She has like a little knife that she keeps.
That's my girl. Stab them. Fuck it. So, again, I will try this again. The Universidad Nacional Mayor de San Marcos. The National University of San Marcos. At the Museo de Arqueología y Antropología. Museum of Archaeology and Anthropology. The Professor Sanchez Nemesio, he's a wonderful chap, extremely well learned. I'll explain to him what you want to achieve. Hopefully he'll be able to show us these notes and artifacts. We get to the museum, or the museum is part of the university. Although the university is extremely old, it's founded in 1551. You can see in some of the buildings the age on them. The museum is a fairly modern-looking building. Was actually only opened in 1919. Professor Sanchez has an office on the ground floor. When you go in, it's tall ceilings, very airy. The ceiling fans are running. It's not terribly hot outside, but very humid, which makes it feel hotter. So you're all sweating a little bit. And inside the museum, is basically in comparison, a breath of fresh air. His office is on the ground floor. You're let in right away. There's a massive hardwood desk covered in papers and artifacts and books. There's shelves as well, filled with, if any of you were into archaeology or anthropology, this would be heaven for you. The windows are open. There's a breeze coming in. The air still smells fresh. You get the smell of the sea coming in, but it's not the stale smell of it. He stands as you enter, greets Jackson warmly, holds his arms out and hugs him. And you brought friends, I see. And he introduces himself.
Pulls off her sunglasses. Says, Kathy Bacon, charmed.
Man is fairly thin, not emaciated, but fairly thin, very dapper looking. His hair is oiled, but not in a greasy way. It's just like perfectly coiffed. And he takes your hand and kisses it daintily. This is my pleasure, Miss Bacon. You are famous even in Peru.
I don't know what to think of that.
Please, only the best.
Well, it's lovely to meet you. And our good friend here has told us all about how you have been trying to get involved in a certain expedition.
Yes, I've tried to. There's seats. He gets seats brought in from outside, and there's enough for all of you. Yes, I've been trying to get. His English isn't perfect, by the way. He kind of stumbles over certain words. Yes, I've been trying to. I've been trying to help him. I've been trying to offer him my assistance. This is my area of expertise, but he just ignores me. There are no laws in Peru to stop foreigners like him from looting our national treasures. And I think that is what he's attempting to do. I have some information on the pyramid. My assistant is going to fetch it just now down in the archives. She shouldn't be but a moment.
His note, the intentions he told us, that is exactly what he plans to do.
Haqueros. Yeah, when he says that, Jackson kind of goes to the side. That means grave robbers. Look, the only way that we can find the exact location, the only way we can stop him doing this is to find the exact location and get there first. Or if you were to go with him, get there and stop him from doing what he wants to do.
You keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, so that would probably be a smart idea.
See?
But what if he doesn't even need us to get there?
He has us for some purpose coming along.
Yeah. But what if that purpose isn't at the end of his journey, but somewhere in the middle?
I have been wondering that myself. But right now, we're here to find out more information on what we're going after. Knowledge is power.
Well, the most recent thing that we have found is from the mid-16th century. It looks like a confession from a conquistador, Gaspar Figueroa. It seems to mention the site in question. In fact, Trinidad, my assistant Trinidad Rizzo, she is down at the moment, as I said, in the archives. She is bringing up some papers and an artifact that we think may be very important. He looks at the clock. Actually, she should be back by now. And kind of thinks we can wait a few more moments, then maybe we can go find her.
Whilst we're waiting,
Professor, I'm so sorry, Kathy, but Professor, when you say you tried contacting Mr. Larkin, did you try visiting him at his hotel?
Yes, his man, Mendoza, was adamant that Mr. Larkin was indisposed.
Okay, so you've never actually met this man here?
I have not, no.
Okay, I see. I just want to throw a suggestion in the round. If we were to put our cards on the table in front of Larkin before we leave on Monday and ask him why he didn't hire more professional people and use the professor as an example who has obviously been reaching out to him, what do you think he'll answer? You think he'll go on with his, he said he didn't want people of renown in this field to be on the expedition because they might steal away his shine. Do you think that's true, or will he come up with a different excuse?
I don't know. As I said, he has been ignoring me completely. He seems to...
Definitely sounds like he wants to not share this in the end when he's saying he wants the spotlight. So that has had me worried too.
Sanchez looks at the clock again. I'm really sorry. She should be back there by now.
Can you bring us to the archives?
Yeah,
let's go find her.
Find her then.
I actually have another meeting where I can tell you where she. Just tell her. Tell her I sent you. You can bring her back up, but I need to have another meeting in a few minutes. Jackson, if you would stay with me, and he gives you the directions to get to the storeroom.
Okay. Sure thing. We'll go see your assistant.
Please, I'm terribly sorry. It's a very busy time at the moment. We have made some wonderful discoveries of our own. This does not take precedence according to the faculty.
Of course.
Thank you so much for your help, Professor.
Of course, come back up when you have Trinidad. My meeting shouldn't be too long. Jackson, if you could just wait a moment with me. I have something else I wish to discuss. So, are you heading to the storeroom?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's basically directly underneath the office, but you need to go quite a long way to the staircase, and then follow a kind of long, dark passageway. There's lots of dust. There's quite musty. The air is stale. As you're walking along it, there's some doors to either side. It's the fifth one on the left.
As we're walking down, I want to make a comment to the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the fact that he's called out our friend Jesse all by himself. And he's sending us to go find his assistant.
I've been in this situation before. And it tends to end with finding something horrible at the other end.
I'm just wondering why he's worried about his assistant, but he sends us. Just saying, be ready.
Kathy pulls out her gun.
I'm not saying there's anything like that. As he looks at, I'm just saying, be prepared for.
Who has the lowest luck?
Luck is 60.
Minus 45.
Mine's currently 37. So.
Bob, give me a luck roll, please.
Yeah, Bob.
Extreme success, yes.
Bob, as you get closer to the door, you hear a struggle from inside. And then a scream.
At the sound of the scream, I'm going to try to push open the door.
You're
Hopefully
able
turn
to
the
push it
handle, finding it
open.
unlocked.
It's already ajar. It's not even. It was meant to be a murder, but you screwed it for me, so now there's going to be a fight. Sorry, Chip. You see, as you burst in, you see De Mendoza towering over a young woman on the floor. There are broken crates. There is paper all over the place. You can smell singed flesh, actually. And it looks like he's just about to smack her.
Well, I would body tackle attempt.
Then give me a roll, sir.
You tell me what brawl?
Yeah, just give me a brawl.
Basically to get him off of towering over her. That's his intent, to just tackle.
It is things are contested. You got a regular success and he got give me a second, because I didn't want to have this fight today. Boom, boom. That is somebody. Yeah, okay, no, he got an hard success. So you dive for him, and he whips out his elbow as you do, faster than you can, and smacks you down onto the ground. And you can take 1 point of HP as he turns and roars at you.
I point my gun at him and say, "Don't move, dandy."
Lyra pulls her gun as well, but I would immediately like to fire a shot at his shoulder.
You want to aim for his shoulder.
Yeah.
Right, so give me a roll at disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage
Yes.
on firearms.
Yes, you can use your bonus to either negate the disadvantage.
I don't have a bonus yet.
Yes, you did. You got given one. Did you not?
I got given one. Thank you for the bonus.
Pretty sure you did.
Nah, I'm good.
Right, so give us the roll. Then no, you miss. Your gun, you feel a short
I'm
burning
dead.
as the gun. It doesn't quite explode in your hand, but you can feel that the bullet. It got a fumble, by the way, of 100. As the bullet somehow jams in there, and it bursts. Your gun is ruined, and your hand is burned. You can take 1 point of damage.
This isn't going great, is it?
Hey, we're rolling like we normally would. That's no different.
I think this is all rigged. I think he has
I know
a
he's-
button.
I would like to try to, while he's distracted by the other two, I would like to try to sneak past him to check on Bob and also the assistant.
Okay, yeah, give me a dex roller, dex or athletics.
How do I do both of those?
Just do one of athletics as a skill and dex as a trait, so you can just click on the trait if you want. Whatever's better for you.
I'll just. Yeah.
I
Great.
This is another fumble, 100 over 40. What I will offer you is you can use your bonus to get a reroll.
Okay, I'll do that.
Because if not, you're going to be in trouble.
Give me a second. My character sheet's being dumb. Okay. It's loading. There
They
it goes.
always
Okay.
are.
So do I just roll it again? Or
Just
do I
roll it again, yeah. Go ahead, roll it again.
Okay. Yay!
That was well worth
I
it.
did it.
So, Melissa, I think you're gone because you're playing soon, but your bonus was extremely helpful. You slip underneath him and you're able to not only reach them, you're able to pull Bob and Trinidad out of the way a little bit.
Oh, Bob's just got an elbow to. I mean, he's not out yet.
No, he's not out. He's just down on the ground directly below him. And Katie rushes
That's
in
where he
under
wants to
the
be.
all part of the plan.
Yep, because that's when you just shoot straight up.
Kathy?
I would like to fire at. What does this guy look like? First off, like.
Well, at the moment, actually, he looks a little bit different. He still is tall, dark-haired, Hispanic-looking. His mouth, however, looks like a lamprey. It's open, there's teeth round in a circle all about it. There's white, kind of waxy substance dripping from his jaws. None of the rest of you had a chance to notice this yet. It's just me being.
Okay, I'd like to shoot this sucker in the head.
Then give me a roll if you are aiming for the head.
I'm going to use my bonus on this because my gun stuff is not great. So how
Okay.
does this work?
Just roll, and you've got 10% things, but you're rolling at a disadvantage. So you can either roll at disadvantage or with the 10% extra, or you can roll a normal roll without disadvantage.
My gun is 29, so I think I'm going to have to do the whole make it not a disadvantage thing because it's still a 1 in 4 of this actually
Yep.
working.
Okay.
Success! Yes!
Right, roll the damage of your gun. It should be on the sheet.
Combat. 1d6.
Yeah, give us a roll.
1.
Fuck.
Well, at least I hit it without my gun exploding.
This is true. Lyra, your hand is smarting. How many hit points does this fucker have? Okay, yeah. It doesn't quite hit him in the head. You get him in the shoulder, next, and you see some of the blood spurt off, and he growls. And he wants to go for Bob, but he's been pulled out of the way. Who's at the front? Kathy or Lyra?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Do you want to flip it for it?
Let's flip for it. Yeah.
Just odd or even? Who's Michelle? You're odd. Kathy, you're odd. Larry, you're even. And I rolled a 7. So, sorry, Kathy. He is lunging for you. This dripping down fucking fails, of course.
Can I try and dodge out the way?
You can, but he failed, so you don't really need to try.
Oh, okay. I have stage combat training, don't you know?
Oh, stage combat. Okay, we can do the stage combat training if you wish. So maybe that'll give you an advantage next time. So as he lunges, the growling away at you. Trinidad is beside you on the floor, Bob, with Katie over you. Wait a minute.
Bob gets in a kneeling position if it's his turn. And pulls
Yes.
his pistol out and fires.
Give me a roll, please. Would you like to spend the 17?
Now, how does luck recover?
I can't remember at the moment. You'll probably get some
It is
back between sessions.
It is a recoverable.
It is
resource, right?
recoverable, yes.
Okay. I will spend the 17.
You'll spend the 17 and 10 damage. Yeah. So, your shot, coming up behind him, hits into his lower back. Kathy, he falls towards you, this waxy substance dripping onto your face. Give me a sound roll, actually, as that happens.
I would like to try and dodge out the way of his falling body, if that's all right.
You can, but it's not going to do you any damage. You can fall out of the way, but it is coming towards you. Yeah, give me a roll, actually. And we'll see.
So dodge, yeah?
Yeah, he's a dodge.
I failed anyway.
He falls on top of you, knocks you to the ground. and there's this teeth, this circular mouth of teeth, spits on you, and you see coming out of his throat. Did you roll sanity for me?
I haven't, but I can.
Please roll sanity as you see coming out of his throat. A thick, white maggot struggling its way out from between these teeth. And he starts to retch onto you.
I would like to take my gun and shoot the maggot.
Please roll.
Now, I would like to make the argument here that I'm very close, and it would be very, very hard for me to miss, but it is a stressful situation.
To hit the maggot? Yeah, it might be difficult, so just roll it normal.
No, you said we only had a Derringer before. That's only double shot, but nice. Hard.
Nice. Yeah. Now roll your damage, please.
Damage isn't so great. It's a tiny little pistol for shooting humans.
Well, the Bob just did 10 fucking damage, so, you know.
Oh, there we go, 1. But how many hit points can a maggot have?
It's not the maggot, though, it's part of him at the moment. The maggot itself bursts, you're covered in this thick, acidic kind of, it's not acidic as in it burns your skin away, but you can feel the burning, you feel it be red then afterwards. Some of the teeth spring out, stab into your face. Who's next, Katie?
Is it dead, down? What are we looking at?
It looks like he's scrambling to his feet.
Oh, the body, not the... Okay.
Do I take damage from the teeth?
No, just superficial.
Is he back to himself, or do we still need to eradicate the threat?
Oh, I think you would need to eradicate the threat, as now he's attempting to lurch down the hallway. He's pushing himself up, he's not quite there yet.
I would like to go and stab him in the jugular.
Quick question, is he carrying anything or holding anything? No, okay.
Right, give me a roll, please, Katie.
What am I rolling?
It would be melee, I think, hand to hand.
For knife, it's brawl.
A brawl, okay, just brawl, yeah.
Okay.
There we go, hard success. Roll your damage, please.
What is my damage? Give me a second.
Am I the only one who set up the character sheet?
I think so. And it's greatly appreciated, by the way. It was nice seeing the damage right there.
How do you roll dice on here again? I haven't.
You should. If you go to your weapon, just click on your weapon.
If you have it in your weapons tab.
I don't.
Combat tab.
Right, then I think it's 1d3.
I'll look it up. I still have the thing open.
Well, it's 1d4 plus stuff, but I'm a larger build, so I have advantages on those.
Yeah. We'll say 2 damage.
I'll deal with that, yeah. Because I don't remember how to do dice automatically.
Sorry.
What?
You hear the steaming howl, and more of these teeth come out. Your hand comes away covered in this thick white substance. You might even be able to tell that it's fat, like liquid fat.
A fat vamp.
And he's pushing himself up. Lyra, what are you doing?
I try cocking my handgun again to see.
No, your handgun's fucked, mate.
It's fucked?
It's fucked.
Okay. I basically, I rush over to Katie and use the back of the gun to just keep whacking him on the head.
Give me a roll, please, bro.
Come on.
Would you like to spend the 3 luck?
Yes.
Right. You spend the 3 luck. And your big handgun that's still kind of exploded, smack him in the back of the head, and you hear a sickening crunch. as the barrel or the handle, whatever, the grip, whatever, smashes the skull in, and you see pulling it out again this white substance there, maybe one or two of the legs of this maggot-like creature, and Mendoza falls dead on top of Kathy Bacon. Everyone give me vampires. Everyone give me a sanity roll, please.
All right.
Wait a minute. Okay, 60
Can I
versus 0 can't be right. You don't have 0 sanity.
Can I ad lib while I'm cracking
Yes.
his skull? Just be like, fuck, 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 fuck,
Yes.
fuck.
No, you don't have 25
fine.
sanity. There's no way you'll have 25. We will sort your sanity later. However, everyone except Lyra failed, yeah?
No, I passed.
I'm going to spend the 1 luck point.
No, you can't spend luck on sanity.
No. Yes, right. Never mind. Thank you.
I
Damn
hard
it.
success. I
Uh,
am
You're fine. Lyra and Kathy are grand.
What
Bob,
have you seen at parties?
Bob and Katie both take 2 points of damage, please.
Wouldn't you like to know, Bob? The stuff
Not 2
you
points of
see at
damage, 2
parties.
points of sanity.
All
So
right.
Kathy just stands up and just says, "Oh,
Not
Oh.
again.
does this appear to be a fat vampire? Does it appear to be that Kathy, me, was right about the world being more than it appears?"
Well, now
As
we
this
have
happens, you hear
evidence.
footsteps running down, and you see Professor Sanchez and Jackson.
I will be checking the young lady on the floor who's near me. Since maybe she's still alive, checking pulse.
She appears to
Basic
still be
first.
alive. She's unconscious, but still breathing.
Was she bitten or bleeding or anything like that? An obvious.
No.
Okay.
Does his body have anything on it like a handgun? I just lost one.
Right. Wait a wee second, please, and we'll get to that. Jackson and Professor Sanchez come over. Jackson looks shocked as he arrives. Sanchez pushes past you, jumps over without even seeming to notice it, and goes to Trinidad. You hear him speaking Spanish extremely quickly as he gets her to come awake. Jack, oh my god.
Does the vampire change in any way since his death? Does it take back its more human form, or does it stay the same lamprey?
No, it's the exact same.
Okay, making sure
The,
that we
I
have
mean, the
evidence.
face has been shot through, so
But you see an obvious face of,
yes, you can still. It's
Right,
actually
right.
still recognisable as the Mendoza.
Jesse, darling, is Jesse there? Sorry.
Yes, he's just arrived. He's looking very shocked.
Jesse, it appears that the locals may have been more correct than you would have thought.
He looks, his face kind of drains. We have to stop Larkin.
The young lady had something that she was retrieving. Is it with
We
her?
will leave it there for tonight. As it's
No.
Shatpires, that's terrible. Well, if you want to carry on, we can carry on, but at the most half an hour.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
No,
I'm
I'm asking.
trying to figure out what. I'm fine. My game has been canceled for my next one, so
I'm free to keep going if everyone's happy with that.
a couple more minutes. Yeah, I just wanted to find out, especially on the item that the young lady was retrieving, since that was something that he wanted, the lamprey wanted.
As she comes to, Sanchez gets something to cover the body, make sure you're all okay. Jackson immediately checks with all of you, sees you've got a little burn in your hand or a wound there, and he finds something, a handkerchief or whatever to wrap into it. find something to clean the wounds. We will need to report this to the authorities, but we can't. What if Larkin gets away?
The authorities will not believe what happened here. In my experience, they tend to ignore the reality of things in favor of a comfortable lie.
I have to agree with Miss Bacon. Sanchez
And I
says.
think that letting the Larkin have knowledge that this guy is dead and missing, I think we should avoid that. Is there some place we could dispose of it quietly?
I don't think that we can let this become known. Trinidad is okay. I'm sure we can find a way to remove this thing. It's not human. And for a second, his eyes go kind of crazy.
Do you know any doctor who might be able to look at this?
See, someone at the university, but he sits down and shakes his head.
I'm looking around for a piece of canvas or something, a larger. I'm thinking stuff might.
No,
be
there's already
covered.
they've already covered them. Yeah.
I'm looking to wrap them up.
I would still like.
They're trying to do some other stuff first. No, there's no gun there.
Yeah.
I don't think we have much time. But sorry.
I'd like to try and calm down. Jesse's the one who's in distress. Jackson.
No. He's helping. He was in distress at first, but now he's calmed down. Yes, they did do the first murder. That's because Tim was lucky.
It's Professor Sanchez who is freaking out.
He was kind of calm and collected. He found the thing to cover the body, and then when talked about getting, no, it does not.
No notes, no instructions.
Not on de Mendoza. If you let me speak, you'll get the notes and instructions. But you keep on interrupting, so he's getting nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. You get sweet fuck all.
Okay.
Sweet Fanny Adams.
I go home then.
You're already home. Don't just. No, there's on Mendoza. You find absolutely nothing. There is other than the key to his hotel room.
Can I take that key?
Poor Fanny Adams, I know. Poor Fanny Adams. You can take the key. He also has a wallet with some local currency in it, but no form of identification. Of course you can.
Thank you.
Right.
He's not going to use it, okay?
As you're doing that, the girl Trinidad makes a sign of the cross, and then says the name from before, the grave robbers. And she looks at you, kind of scared.
Trinidad speak English?
Not well. But you're trying to calm down. Give me a roll to calm down the professor. Give me a psychology roll. You got psychology at 60, don't you? Yeah. That's success. You manage to calm him down. You get him to look at you. And he stops for a moment. Okay. This is not something that the authorities will understand at all. I will take care of this. You have to stop this Larkin, whatever. If he's the same sort of creature, then... Oh my... Look, we found this, and he brings out... he picks up the notebook of Trinidad, and I will make it available to you in your... what do you call it?
Drive. No,
not in Drive, in Roll20. The final confession of Figaro... Gaspar Figueroa.
So shall I read it out?
You can indeed. This is her notes. This is she did the summary of it.
Spanish, written by... Is Spanish the language it's written in?
Yes.
I don't know Spanish, so I can't read it.
Oh no, she wrote Spanish, written by things.
Oh, okay.
She's translated it.
Right. Originally in Spanish, written by Gaspar Figaro, 1543, on vellum. Figaro was a Spaniard who had travelled to Peru with Francisco Pizarro. According to the text, Figaro set out to seek his own fortune following Pizarro's assassination in 1541. He was accompanied by Hernando Ruiz Diego. Oh no, Hernando
Handel
Ruiz,
Reith.
different names. Hernando Ruiz, Diego Garrido, and Luis de Mendoza, and Pedro de Velasco, fellow conquistadors who had served with Pizarro. They travelled into the southern highlands of the Andes, looking for treasure, hoping to make their fortunes before heading back to Spain and retiring in luxury. Grave robbers! Hearing rumours of an ancient temple filled with gold, the men set off into the mountains southwest of Lake Titicaca. There they found a pyramid surrounded by a maze-like structure of underground tunnels. The walls of the tunnels were inlaid with intricate gold carvings. The men pried out a large section of the gold, exhausting themselves in the attempt. That night, as they rested, an evil sickness befell Figaro's companions. In the morning light, they looked gaunt and death-like, complaining of agonizing hunger. They persuaded Figaro They pursued Figaro. De Mendoza caught up with him I'm reading this really badly. Caught up with him and started to devour him like a human leech. Figaro shot his friend in the head and fled, pausing only to snatch up as much of the gold as he could carry. Figaro eventually arrived back in Lima, hoping to get passage home, but he was too weakened by his ordeal. Figaro describes himself as wasted, little more than a walking corpse. I read Final Confessions as Figaro's attempt to lift the guilt that his avarice had placed upon him. He believed that his fate and that of his companions was brought about by the desecration of a holy place, and his most fervent wish was that he could undo the damage he had inflicted. He describes how he can still hear his friends' voices crying out with inhuman hunger, and how in the dark of the night he can hear another voice, ancient and seductive, promising him eternal life if he returns to the temple. The voice told Figaro how to contact it, but it seems Figaro was too afraid to ever attempt this. A postscript was written by the priest, who performed the last rites. States that Figaro died a day after completing his final confessions. His last words were an entreaty to whatever gods were listening to forgive him for his blasphemies.
As you finish reading through it, Sanchez says, I think this might be important. And pulls out a golden artifact about that big with the geometric figures all along it and 4 kind of spurs jutting out at right angles. You looking at it, you can see little bits of flesh stuck to it, where it appears that de Mendoza touched it and his hand was burned. This seems to be what Figueroa took with him. It belongs at the pyramid. He looks at all of you in turn. Perhaps you would return it. I don't believe it belongs in the museum.
Reach out to touch it, take it from him. I don't know what.
Feels heavy gold.
Closer.
I forgot to put the picture in row 20, but I'll do so after. It's a fairly. It looks like it's part of, like it's been broken off from something, like it fits in somewhere.
Now, is it a clean break or a smooth, or is it a rough edged?
It's a smooth rough edge. Yeah, it's about 400 years old, so.
Just a second. I'm being asked.
Trinidad is crying in the corner. Jackson's pacing up and down. I think we have to confront Larkin.
Well, confront him or have somebody follow behind us as we go with them and find out more.
If we go with him and he goes to this place and does this, then there will be more of these beasts running around this fair city.
I'm not saying we allow him to complete it. I'm saying we find out more by traveling with him.
I'm of a mind to shoot the man in the head at this moment in time.
His assistant is basically dead right now and missing. one night after strangers have showed up. Do you think that he's actually going to travel with us come Monday?
Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to show
I
up Monday.
don't think you would have much choice if he's so desperate to get this done. I don't see him.
And what do we tell
I'm
him?
just saying something that happens in the jungle and happens in the city are two different things.
Katie, what's your opinion on our next course of action? What do you think we should do?
Well, the first thing we need to do is get rid of this body. And he doesn't know that we met or saw Mendoza. Larkin doesn't, so just act natural for the time being.
But don't you think it's quite the coincidence that on the day that we go to meet the professor, his assistant shows up here as well to rob the university? Don't you think that Larkin is smart enough to put one and one together? I'm just
But
saying.
but Larkin didn't know that we were going to be here. Whether he puts two and two
Or
together.
did he? Why would his assistant be here otherwise? Do you think that it's a coincidence that Lurch over there is just here the same time that we are, trying to steal some documents that we need or that we were trying to get? Do you think that all of that just mysteriously aligned at the right time? He knows. He sent Lurch here to keep an eye on us.
That is an anachronism.
Oh yeah, Lurch doesn't exist.
No.
Nice. Or does he?
Your time travel has been uncovered.
Okay.
Nosferatu's been out for a while, I think. When did Nosferatu come out?
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
Frankenstein's monster.
I think. Look, you've all been so helpful, and I seem to have brought you into this horrific situation. So I will go along with what you wish. If you wish to confront the man, I will be right there by your side. If you wish to play along, then I will do that too. I think we are in this together now.
I think your investigation for your book, we should learn more right now.
I think that for my book is nowhere near as important as making sure these people are safe. And as he says that, Sanchez says, thank you. Thank you. You saved. We haven't even said thank you. The Trinidad's still rocking back and forth. She's, not doing well.
I'd like to try and calm her down.
We can leave that for just now because we're about to wrap it up. She will calm down eventually, but she has just seen a fucking monster get ripped apart, as well as a gun exploding in some woman's hand, another woman running up and stabbing someone in the neck, and then a head getting kissed in.
In like 2 minutes.
Yes, and the girl is 18 years old, so I thank you. She would not be alive without you. Anything I can help you with, please. Jackson says, so what's it going to be? Do we go and confront this asshole now? Or do we play along?
We should maybe go investigate this gentleman's room since we have the key.
That's an excellent idea. Should we all go?
Well, 8 people walking up to... I don't think...
5.
I
think
five, six.
5. I don't think Professor Sanchez or the Trinidad are with you. I think they are staying at us. They need to take care of the body anyway.
You can have the keys. I will have a little conversation with Larkin and distract him in the meantime.
That would be wise. Also, I still think we should accompany him somewhat to discover more.
Would you like me to join you, Mr. Nocte?
As you wish, Jesse.
I think, given what's just happened, Jackson... Well, unless we're accompanying Larkin, Jackson will be fine.
Let's play it safe for the beginning and just see where Larkin's head is at.
I'll sneak into this dead chap's room. If nobody else is wanting to do that.
I'll come with you.
Good plan.
Kathy, in case you find a gun, a handgun, I could use one. Mine's kind of.
Why don't I just buy you a new gun, darling?
I can buy myself a new gun. It's just I bought this one here. I don't trust it.
If I see a gun, I will collect it for you.
Thank you.
Lanhee, what's your dog's name? Been asked.
Asher.
Asher. Asher the pup. Then what I would say is, as you all head off towards the Hotel Hispania, maybe getting cleaned up first. In order to be nice to you, Lyra, Professor Sanchez facilitates you with a small pistol as a thank you. And we will leave it there.
Flintlock conquistador.
Exactly, that's exactly it. But with no powder or ball. We will leave it there as you all make your way to the Hotel Hispania to either confront Larkin or to investigate further. Please remember to any check that you passed, make sure you tick it, so that you get at the end of the scenario you can get the level
The
ups.
ones you pass. No, okay, I did it the opposite. Why am
No,
I thinking that
yeah.
one?
That's Delta Green.
That's Delta Green, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go back. Okay.
So that was the first session of Masks of Nyarlathotep. From my end, I screwed up so many small things, but it was a lot of fun. I think it went otherwise well.
Never admit it. Never admit it.
I always admit it. I can't help it. I'm just too honest. No, it was great fun. I had a great time. I'm very much looking forward to the next episode. So if you want to say who you are, and after everyone say goodbye, we will raid our friends the Lollygaggers, so stick about for that. They're playing Call of Cthulhu as well, with an adapted campaign, Dead Lies Dreaming. So, let's see who we are. How was your evening, Michelle?
I'm Michelle. It's great. Love this. I want to know more. I hate the mystery of it. I want to solve it and kill someone. Because Larkin sounds like a prick.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, I forgot I knew Spanish.
Lanhee? How was your night?
It was fun. I had fun. I am enjoying the system so far, so I'm excited to dive deeper into this system.
I hope you enjoyed. Tim?
Tim is doing well. I just need to get to know my character a little better and read up on him instead of 5 minutes before the thing, and I made the character like 3 weeks ago.
That is how we do it, Tim. You know that's how we do it.
Yeah,
Last but
no,
sorry?
it was a fun time, Marc. Great
I'm glad.
Great playing again. So.
But I won't playing again. And Chris.
Yeah, it was really really fun, and especially as someone who kind of knows the campaign a bit.
Metagaming.
It's very fun to see little differences occur, like poor Panama didn't survive in our original run. I know her name. I know. Yeah. It's just because it's a country. Get it?
Yes, I get
it. I'm so smart. No.
You are.
Anyhow, no, it's super fun. I'm Chris, and yeah, thank you for having me again.
Always a pleasure, mate.
Let's hopefully make it past Egypt this time.
Let's hope so. Now we'll go raid our friends. Thank you so much. We will see you in 2 weeks.
Raiding. Do you know how to do it?
I've never done this before. Ready to raid in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Raid now.
That's how.
Are we off air?
Yes, we are.